This is the Iowa Weather Report for Tuesday, February 17th, 2015. And now our first look at the 0Z GFS model run at noon today. And it looks pretty obvious what's going to be happening. You can see what many would term the polar vortex is spinning just to our north, and it's just bringing this cold air straight from the North Pole, straight down through Canada and straight at us. And that's going to be the case for the rest of this week. So there's not much to talk about except a lot of cold air. Highs in the single digits north to lower 20s in the south with partly mostly sunny skies, but it even gets colder as we go into Wednesday. Readings on Wednesday may struggle to make it even above zero in our northeastern counties with single digits to lower teens elsewhere. Wednesday morning and again here Thursday morning could be quite chilly with lows well below zero, except maybe in our far southern and southwestern counties where they may stay above zero. It will be partly to mostly sunny all this time, today, Wednesday, and Thursday. Friday, on the other hand, we have a system coming through that could bring us a little bit of light snow. There could be a very light accumulation. It doesn't look to be that big of a deal. It will warm the temperatures up maybe into the teens and lower 20s, but unfortunately, when you have a clipper system, that means it's coming from the northwest, and that means it's going to be bringing more cold air, and in this case, it's going to. So we go into the weekend in this case, and here comes another high pressure from the north, and this could drop the temperatures back below zero once again as we go into the weekend, and even into early next week. So really, there's nothing in the next week or so that looks to change our feeling on this cold air. It's here to stay for quite some time. Even as we look here into the new work week on Monday, you see another clipper system is just to our north and west, and that's going to be aimed at us once again toward next Tuesday. And speaking of next Tuesday, here it is. You can see the little disturbance moving through. The flow still coming from the North Pole, straight across Nunavut Province, the Manitoba, Saskatchewan, and straight down into the Northern Plains and the Great Lakes. So it means it's still reloading. This cold air is still just one piece moves by, and here comes another and another and another. And every time we get a clipper, we could get a little snow, flurries, but not a lot of moisture, and it's very dry, so don't expect big storms, at least the next week around here. But then we're looking toward the end of the month. This is February the 28th into the extended period. You don't see the flow straight from the north anymore. Now you see it more out of the west. So we might be seeing a light at the end of the tunnel. Unfortunately, this is still a ways out there. It's still going to be below average, likely highs in the 20s to around the lower 30s, but that's going to feel like a heat wave compared to what we'll see in the next week. Some stormy weather to our south and off to our west. At the end of the forecast, on March the 4th, we have a system in the Canadian Maritimes, another system over the southeast, another moving over the prairie provinces of Canada, and another off the west coast of Canada. And at the surface, we see the storm in the Canadian Maritimes, quite a big wind event there, one over the south and east, and off across the Pacific Northwest, but it looks to be warmer by that point, maybe average readings by that point, so we're hopeful for that at least at this point. Satellite image from last evening, we're not very hopeful that this cold air is still to our north and it's still coming at us. System over the mid-Atlantic down to the southeast producing quite a bit of wintry weather down there. From here westward is fairly quiet. The Watch Morning Map looks fairly quiet as well. Some wintry issues from the Tennessee Valley through the mid-Atlantic states, also across the southern Rockies and High Plains, across the area around Kansas City and off into Montana, and some wind chill issues in the northern High Plains. The QPF chart precipitation over the next 5 days through Saturday evening at 6 o'clock shows around here little, if anything, with the few systems we'll have. Best chances across the south and off into the Rockies where there will be some better chances of more precipitation there.